Peace guys, today we're going to react to bulk lift, why it sucks to be a soccer player. Yeah, let's get right into it.
You're 8 years old when you join your first real soccer team.
Yeah, that's first point I disagree. I actually started with 6 years old, and probably most of you are even starting earlier. 8 years old is very hard to. I wouldn't say hard, but it's late to get into football.
Not the kind of team where the coach is someone's dad who brought snacks and didn't know the rules. This is different. It's a travel team. The jerseys match. The coach whistles when you're late to warm-ups. Parents bring folding chairs and cheer like it's the World Cup. The fields are bigger, the kids are faster, and the games matter, even if no one really keeps score after the whistle blows. You're not the best player on the team. You're not the tallest or the strongest, but you're quick. You chase every loose ball like it stole something from you. You listen when the coach talks. You don't whine about running laps. And the coach notices. He puts...
I don't like how negatively this video is starting. Like every guy is like not having a smile on their face. I mean, if you don't like playing football, just don't do it. I had like my phases where I really hated playing football, but I thought to myself, yeah, I was already in like for 10 years, and if I quit, I just throw away all the experience I had. And in the end, it really worked out. So I now playing like not youth anymore in the men's soccer for about 2 years now. And I think the youth soccer is the best thing that can happen to you. So don't take it like negatively or something like that. Just enjoy it. Don't put pressure on yourself.
you on the right wing, even though you don't touch the ball that much at first. But you keep running up and down the sideline over and over, just happy to be on the field. Your first real goal is more luck than skill. A deflection, a stumble, a toe poke into the bottom corner. But your teammates cheer like you scored from midfield. Your coach gives you a high five. Your parents take a blurry photo. You go home that night and replay it in your head until you fall asleep.
Oh my
Practice is
god!
twice
Oh my
a
god! Sorry for stopping the video, but people. So if you get nutmegged in the game, or you had like 100% chance to score a goal, bro, it's so hard to sleep, man. You always really think that same situation you had in game, and you just don't sleep. Yeah, I could really like think for 3 hours the same situation, rethink it, and it would play out the same way.
week. Games on weekends. Sometimes you drive an hour or more just to play for 30 minutes. You don't mind. You're just happy to be there. You start juggling the ball in the backyard. At first, you can barely get to 5 touches before it hits the grass, but you keep trying. 10, 15, 30. It becomes a game, a challenge, a habit. You don't know what college soccer is. You don't know about rankings, scholarships, or recruiting websites. You just know you love how the ball feels when it spins off your foot the right way. You love the way a clean pass sounds. You love when the coach says good work after a drill. By the time middle school hits, soccer is no longer just something you do after school. It's a full schedule. You join a higher level club, one with a name people recognize, ECNL, MLS Next, ODP tryouts. The acronyms start to pile up, and so do the expectations. Practices are 3 times a week now, sometimes late at night. You do your homework in the car. You eat dinner out of Tupperware between training and tutoring. Your weekends are booked 6 months in advance. You start hearing things like college.
So the thing about that's being like pretty stressful for young people, I understand it. But in the end, if you like rethink it back, when I was like 12 playing soccer for a high team, I was putting pressure on myself. But that was like the time where you grew the most. So you just have to like go through and just not think about it being bad or something like that. You just have to put a work in.
Exposure and recruiting window. Your parents start budgeting differently. Soccer comes first. The new cleats, the out-of-state tournaments, the hotel rooms, gas, flights, ID camps. It adds up thousands of dollars a year. You try not to think about that. You know your family is sacrificing a lot so you can...
Yeah, it always depends on where you're living. Like for me, an example, I live in Germany, and here's you don't have to fly to a game to play against a high level, like against high level players. I just have to like maximum drive 1.5 hours to play against like Stuttgart and Freiburg and what's so on, like Basel and like some Swiss teams, Hoffenheim. It's all, yeah. It's probably in America that it's hard to go. Like if you want to play higher soccer, like here in Europe, it's not that hard to, or not that expensive to play soccer.
And play. Freshman year, you make varsity. You don't play much, but you're just happy to wear the kit. The seniors are bigger, more physical, but you learn from them. You watch how they move, how they warm up, how they communicate on the field. You sit on the bench and take mental notes. The more serious you get, the more the world starts shrinking. You don't hang out with friends as much, you skip birthday parties, you miss school dances. When people ask what you're doing this weekend, the answer is always the same. You've got a tournament, a showcase, a camp, something important, something that might help you get noticed. You start sending emails to college coaches, you edit your highlight videos in your bedroom at night, clipping together every good touch, every decent goal, every sharp pass. You get nervous when you hit send, you refresh your inbox more than you'd like to admit. You start working with a private trainer who used to play professionally. He tells you about speed ladders, nutrition, recovery, how to stand out. You do what he says. You take notes. You stretch more. You drink protein shakes. You try to live like an athlete. You're not just a kid who plays soccer anymore. You're a kid chasing something, a dream that feels real now. Maybe not guaranteed, but possible. And that possibility keeps you going. Junior year feels like it's supposed to be your big moment. You've put in the hours. You've played the games. You're starting consistently for both your club and high school teams. People are starting to notice. You feel ready. You've been to the ID camps. You've played in front of college scouts. You've learned how to introduce yourself in emails. You keep your highlight reel updated like it's a resume. Then the injury comes. It's not a dramatic collapse on the field kind of injury. It's a pulled quad, slow and sharp and frustrating. You're told it's nothing major. 2 weeks, maybe 3, but 2 weeks turns into a month, and by the time you're cleared, the biggest showcase of the year is all.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem in like sports or injuries, they're I mean physical they do hurt, but the mental side of injuries is way more dangerous than like the physical part, because just imagine you're like in a high level academy and you are out for just 2 or 3 weeks. It's pretty hard to get into the cycle again and be like the leading player. And it's not only physically, like to get your stamina back and something like that, but also like mentally. People like evolved in those 3 weeks. They played lots of soccer, and you just laid in bed and had to curate it out, or you had to do like recovery work and not play with the ball. Yeah, that's very hard injuries.
Already here. You go anyway. You tape it up, grit your teeth, and play through it. You don't want to miss your shot. Everyone knows this is where offers happen, but you're off. You're slow. You're favoring the other leg. You can feel the coaches watching, but not in the way you hoped. Afterward, your inbox stays quiet. No emails, no calls, no follow-ups. You try not to panic, but you do. You check your film and convince yourself you weren't that bad, but you were, and they saw it. You finish the season and wonder if it's over before it really started. Your teammates start committing to schools. One of them signs with a mid-level Division 1 program. Another is going to a D3 powerhouse with a strong academic scholarship. You say congratulations and mean it. You keep playing. You keep sending emails. You start looking at smaller programs you never considered before. You find an NAIA school in Kentucky that responds, "It's not your dream school, it's not on TV." But the coach knows your name. He's watched your video. He asks good questions. He seems to care. You visit. The campus is small but clean. The team seems close-knit. It's not flashy, but it feels honest. And right now, honesty matters more than flash. They make you an offer, not a full ride, but enough to make it work. You say yes, because even if the road has changed, the dream hasn't. You show up for college preseason in the middle of August. It's hot, humid, and everyone's trying to prove something. You don't talk much at first. You just watch. Everyone here was the best player on their high school team. Everyone's fast, everyone's fit, everyone wants minutes. The first few weeks are a blur of conditioning tests, tactical drills, team meetings, and ice baths. You barely have time to think, let alone call home. You realize quickly that college soccer is another level entirely. The game moves faster. The mistakes cost more. The recovery time shrinks. You're not a starter, not right away. You come off the bench in short bursts, 15 minutes here, 20 there, mostly when the team is up or down by a few. It's frustrating, but you get it. You're the freshman. You need to earn it. You hit the weight room more. You stay after training. You ask the older players for advice. You do the extras. You study the film. You figure out how to contribute, even if it's not flashy. You learn to communicate, to organize, to keep your shape. You realize that soccer at this level is about more than just what you do on the ball. It's about doing your job. Every representative, every moment. Sophomore year, you start seeing more time. By junior year, you're a regular starter. Maybe not the star of the team, but someone the coach trusts. You've stopped thinking about the big D1 schools or going pro. That was never really the goal anymore. The goal became showing up, competing, earning your place.
I think going pro, like wanting to go pro, is 50-50. So 50% luck and 50% willpower. So if you put in the hours and you don't have talent and you don't have like the visual aspect of the game, that you don't see like people around you, where's my enemy, where's my teammate, and you don't have the technique yet, and it's all talent. So it's like you have, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, let's watch it.
You travel across the Midwest in packed vans, staying in budget hotels, playing on muddy fields in cold wind and rain. You eat gas station snacks for dinner and tape your ankles in hallways. But it doesn't bother you. This is what you signed up for. Your senior year flies by. You know it's the last ride. You soak in the little moments. The walk to the locker room. The team huddle before kickoff.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. If you go pro, you have to think like of football not as a hobby anymore. Just it's your job, and that's what you have to be aware of if you're going pro. Do you want to have your football as a job or as a hobby? So if it becomes a job, you have to be obsessed with it and you have to like it. And if you're just wanting to have a hobby, something to have fun, something to have besides your job and something like that, and that is completely fine. Most people like exaggerate. Yeah, you have to go pro, you have to put in the hours, you have to train like 3 times more with as the other guys. Some people just want to enjoy football and they don't want to make pro, and that's completely fine, and lots of people forget that.
Off. The long cool downs with music playing from a Bluetooth speaker. You graduate with a business degree. Your coach shakes your hand and tells you he's proud. You know he means it. You walk off the field one last time with no regrets. You graduate, shake hands, take photos in your cap and gown. The season is over. And just like that, so is your playing career. No tryouts, no agents, no USL combine. You're not going pro, and that's okay. You've known for a while. Still, when you pack up your gear and leave campus, something feels missing. You're not just done with school. You're done with the part of yourself that played games that mattered every weekend. You get a job, an entry-level role at a marketing firm in the city. Your days are filled with meetings, deadlines, and email threads that never seem to end. You still wake up early out of habit. You still stretch like you're getting ready for training, even though there's nowhere to be. Weekends are quieter now. You join a co-ed rec league. Sunday afternoons, turf fields. No pressure, just a group of people who still love to play. You're the best player on the field again, but it doesn't mean as much now. You don't sprint like you used to. You pick your moments. You play for fun, for movement, for peace. You start coaching a U12 team, just a couple of nights a week. Local kids, others are just learning how to pass. You try not to be too intense. You keep it simple. You tell them to enjoy the game, to stay hungry but have balance. You say things your younger self never heard but maybe needed to. You don't tell them how hard it got. You don't talk about the time you sat alone on the bench in the freezing cold, wondering if you were good enough. You don't tell them how many weekends you spent in hotels, away from birthdays, family dinners, and school dances. You don't bring up the injuries, the quiet emails that never came, the doubt that crept in during long car rides home from losses. You just tell them, good pass. You tell them, keep going. You smile when they celebrate like they just scored in a World Cup final, because to them, maybe they did. And when someone asks you if you miss it, you say, every day. But you're grateful, because soccer gave you something real, a way to grow, a reason to care, a rhythm to your life. And even though the final whistle has blown, part of you is still out there on that field. Thanks for watching. If this story spoke to you,
Yeah, like and subscribe to this guy. I want to share something just quickly to end this video. So if you're like a footballer yourself and you're struggling, just talk to someone. It really helps. Just in any situation, if you have an injury, if you have like mental side of the game where you have like insecurities or something like that, just do it. And remember always, like, if you're playing football and it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. You can do like something. You can find joy in lots of things in the world. And and just take away those things into your job, like the discipline or something like that, and you will have like an awesome life. If you have like the same discipline you had on the pitch in your work and something like that, you will always be the best in like other cases and not in football. And maybe you will find like true joy not in football, in something else. Don't take it like personal. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this, and peace out.